In this video, I'm starting with the initial version of the data cleaner application, and I'm going to refactor it a bit so that it's easier to test and just better organized. The code right now is, as you can see, is just all in one area here. It's going to be a little bit difficult to test as well, so we're going to extract it, do some refactoring, see if we can make it better. Let's see. Well, there's some really obvious things that I need to do here. This lookup thing, for example, this could be a method pretty easily. So let's see if I can do that. All right, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to refactor that into a method. We'll call it get string hash table. Well, that's not a very good name. So we'll call this get state hash table. Okay, so did that, and that just created a nice static method for us down here that returns that variable. Now we've got the state lookup right here. We should probably just go ahead and put this in a place because it's part of the initialization. So let's see, let's move that up. Top here. So that's a little better, I guess. And let's see. So this entire thing here, the loop, is for creating the output string. Okay, so let's extract that. See if that makes any sense. And we'll include that print out there. So I'm going to do, again, extract to a variable, or rather to a method. The naming is not so good because it doesn't know what it is. Let's say, get, we'll call it parse line, parse data line. Not a great name, but we'll see. All right, so now that's extracted. Now this looks a lot cleaner. And so we're going to parse that data line and then print it out to the screen. So let's see what we've got here. Now, is there anything else we can do that would make sense here? We've opened a scanner. We've done the print thing. This thing, we might as well move that up. As well. In fact, we could even move it outside of the main and make it part of the class up here. Okay, so that's kind of a global for the class, except that now we can't do that. So non-static output field. So final, I guess we want the word static. Right there. So now we've got that available to us. And let's see. So build up our state table, open the scanner for printing, or for reading the input rather. Open the output and print the output header. And let's see. Well, we could get crazy about this a little bit. We could break this down into a separate method, but don't know if we really need to do that. And then now we're going to do this thing here. Okay, so we could actually, let's see what it thinks we need as parameters if we wanted to break this down. So so that we would write all the information to the file. So if we refactor that, what parameters does it think we need? Well, we need the state lookup table because that is local here. We need the scanner and we need the print writer. So that's pretty obvious. Okay, so let's try, we'll just call it write output. Let's do a little more than that. Process input file. Okay. And then we're going to close that. So you could make some arguments to say, well, maybe that we need to close that down here. And in fact, you could even do this part and put that in this method. So there's not really necessarily an exact right thing here. There's a bunch of different ways that you could go about doing it. And the main thing here is we want to run it at this point and make sure that it still works. So yes, it does. So we haven't broken anything so far. Okay. Let's see. Within this method, we've got a bunch of stuff going on. All right, but that's not too bad. It's not overly long, but you could break this down even further as well. Okay. So I'm going to stop here, and then we'll start another video where I look at, well, how could we unit test this thing?